What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, boy, we got a few things to talk about today. We got some Suicide Squad Q&A. We got the little drop of Hogwarts Legacy, info, which was actually quite interesting. Infinite Wealth is out. Tekken 8 is out. Quite a big, maybe week yesterday. Not the greatest in terms of news, with the Xbox layouts. We can talk about that. We can talk about, anything you want that's happened this past week or, whatever. And get ready for, well, today's a big day with releases. Next week, obviously, massive for, people, I guess, in the DC fandom, right? Suicide Squad, Persona 3, and then it just keeps on going. So it's exciting times. Suicide Squad. I want to start just by saying this, and I might do a video. I know I did just say, in yesterday's video, it's probably the last time we're talking about it until reviews. But the not even just rumor at this point. The truth is, doesn't seem like anybody has review codes. I get it. I would stick it to the journalists too if I was WB, if I was Rocksteady, especially after the previews. But to not be vindictive, and also, I don't know. I don't think it's a great look that the game comes out in 1 week. Early access is Tuesday night, and people don't even have the game yet, to review. So this is an example, I think, potentially maybe of hiding the game, which is not, a great sign. It's not changing anything. I'm going to still get the game regardless, but that's something I just kind of want to say in the beginning of this video or live stream. I might actually make a video specifically on it because I don't think that's all that, fantastic. So quick hello, to everybody, and hello to even people watching, after the fact. Suicide Squad. The other thing that came out was the Q&A. Seems like it was pretty solid. I don't have too much to say because I think it was just it was a lot of battle pass stuff, at least the stuff that I saw, more on the battle pass, how things work. Good to get it out there that, again, it continues that all cosmetics, a lot of it, 75 tiers, I think, in the battle pass, and some of it will actually be currency that you can use towards other things. Battle passes don't expire, all that jazz. So yeah, besides if the review thing didn't happen, it actually would have been a pretty good day, for Suicide Squad. So it comes out. Let me check my dates. I believe it comes out Tuesday night if you do the deluxe, which I think it's $100. Pretty sure it's 100 US to do that, and you get it early. And I believe it's midnight everybody's region, wherever you live, your midnight on the 30th going into the 31st. So Tuesday night, I believe, is when that unlocks. So, oh my God, yes, share it with me. Share it with me whenever you can. It was actually, what's odd about it is, like I said, kind of polar opposite Suicide Squad news, positives with the Q&A and negative with the review code. But Hogwarts Legacy, that also shows up today too. So it's like, oh my God, is today just like a day where we're going to do, WB stuff? So, okay, well, I'll be real. I'm always trying to be honest, and open with you. So games that I'm into, I request the codes. I do not get many of the games that I request. I was on a roll, last year around, I got Spider-Man early, and that October I did really good. I got Ghost Runner, I got Alan Wake, I got Spider-Man, I got Jasant, which is that rock climbing game. So I was kind of on a roll, and then I didn't get The Man Who Erased His Name. I didn't get Persona 5 Tactica. I did get Avatar. So, I was kind of batting at 500. Long way of saying, I've requested a code for Suicide Squad. They did answer me. So, I think I'm like a 50-50. I might get it from them. I might not. I'll be dead honest. Yesterday, when I made that Suicide Squad video, I was telling the truth. Right now, I don't expect to get the code. And yesterday, I thought that people already got codes, and I just wasn't going to get one. Now, knowing that nobody got codes, I guess it's still possible, I get one. So again, it's tough. But to answer the question, if I get it before that day, then I would get it for free. If I don't get it, and again, I know this is like, me, you've been around for a while, so this isn't directed to you. It's directed to people that want to like attack. I'm willing to buy any game. I just bought Infinite Wealth. I didn't get that early or anything. No code or nothing. So I'm willing to buy games at full price. I think I would. You know, and I will be dead honest. It's more for like content creation. If I were to get Suicide Squad 3 days early, I'm doing it simply for the YouTube channel because I probably could wait, those 3 days, but those 3 days or even 2 days, if you kind of round up, those 2 days, that could be 4, 5, 6, 7 hours more that I could play to do videos, maybe to do it faster than somebody else, what I mean? Kind of like behind the scenes YouTube creation stuff. So I think I'd maybe like take the loss. I'd take the hit of $30. But I think it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. 30 extra bucks. Hogwarts was 10. Hogwarts was you pay $10. You get the Dark Arts pack, right? The arena thing, and then you get to play it 3 days early. That was a good deal, I think. $10 to do that. I think that's good. This is more than just playing it 3 days early, right? It's $30 for more than that. But the biggest thing is the 3 day early because I don't care about the skin packs or battle pass tokens or whatever they give. I could care less, right? I mean, that's just not me. So yeah, no long way of saying it, but I got to make it a story. I got to make a story out of it, right? But yeah, no, I'm willing to buy it. I'm willing to buy it, and hopefully it will. Steam is 10 a.m. Sadly, yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, yeah, that's a good point. If you do it on PC, for whatever reason, they don't even let you do it at the midnight local time. You're right. That's a great point. It's the next day. So very stupid. Oh, thank you, buddy. You know what? Maybe we'll pull it up and I can talk about it right now and then make a video. Let me see what we got. Appreciate it, man. Juan, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. I don't know why it's message request. Okay. Oh, good old variety. Okay, this came out today too. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'll have to read it. It's the title of it. Should we pull it up? Let me get to the rest of these comments and then maybe we'll just pull it up and I can kind of react to it on the fly. Okay? We can do that. That would be fun. Okay, so let's see what else and we'll look at this article. What's going on, Grace? Appreciate. Yeah. Sorry it took me like 5 years, to answer the question. I decided not to get it because I saw someone try to explain the skill tree and I'll be honest. Well, again, I'm always honest, but I like to say that saying. I think it's a cool saying. I have no idea what's going on with those numbers and the when like you max the level and there's like the infinite level kind of thing. Like I don't play the division. I don't remember what I don't remember what games it's copied. Okay, that was wrong. I don't know what other games are like that. Let's just say I don't think it blatantly stole anything. So like I've seen like Lejeune, who a great creator, and he's been on top of it and he's crushed it. But I gotta be real, I got no idea, what he's saying half the time. Not on him. I just don't understand the mechanics of the gear and battle pass, like all that stuff that's come out on Suicide Squad and I don't know, like I don't even know how to describe it. I can see like the pictures in my head of like the gear menus and stuff. And when you max out your level, you can keep going and it does this, does that. I gotta be real. You want to know why I've never talked about it? Because I don't understand it. I don't get it. And it's the kind of game it is. You know what I mean? I'm sure if you play those games, this is easy. This is easy to you. I started Infinite Wealth last night, right? Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I played 2 hours. I didn't read any directions. They give you like the pop-up directions. I'm a freaking pro at this point. I know exactly what everything does. It's in a lot of ways the same mechanics, at least for the game. So I just kind of, brute force my way through it. That's how I feel that other people are for Suicide Squad. They just know what all this stuff is. I don't. I can't pretend to. I just don't. So, gonna be playing Persona 3 till 10 a.m. LOL sucks they released on this. Yeah. Like I've said, Persona, I gotta be real. I think Persona 3 is probably the better game. You know what I mean? Of those two. Persona 3 is already released, and I've just heard so many good things about it. Um, where I'm at, like I've said before, Infinite Wealth, that takes priority. Infinite, like I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I'm gonna play it, tonight. I'm gonna play it as much as I can tomorrow and Sunday, and to go from there. So that's like my goal now. Suicide Squad comes out, I'm gonna beat it. No, nothing is getting in my path. I'm just gonna beat it. When that's done, I'm gonna go back to Infinite Wealth because you got it. You got to. When both of those are done, I will go to Persona 3. So I'll probably get to Persona 3, uh, probably like February 8th to 12th ish, like that second week of February. But then you got Helldivers, then you got Skull and Bones. For me, I think I would like try Helldivers for like a day, see what it's like, and then come back. Come back over time. Same exact thing with Skull and Bones. Play it a day or two, see what it's like, and then leave it and then come back to it. Because I really want to get these big story games. I want to get through them. So like Infinite Wealth, I want to get through all the way. So I don't have to go back to it in like 3 months from now. Persona, same thing. And then Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy has enough room, right? Because Final Fantasy is the last day of the month. The next games that interest me are Dragon's Dogma and Rise of the Ronin, which is March 22nd. So you almost have a month with Final Fantasy. So I should be good. I'm going to play Final Fantasy a lot, and then another issue of Rise of the Ronin stuff. So, yeah. I think you're right about the divide between who will and won't get Suicide Squad. I pre-ordered because I love the DCIP, but can understand why others would not want to get it. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've been pretty honest with it. I think people have absolutely made, I've never agreed with the idea that people are still on the fence. I'm sure there are some, but I don't think it's like a lot of people. I think that many people have made up their mind. They've decided what they're going to do. And this is a game that's like tough because you do have people that aren't getting it. And normally you would leave the game alone. But I'm not saying like that's I think what makes me different than other people, because I would say I don't really care if you protest it. Does that make sense? If you're very anti-Suicide Squad, a lot of games you would just not speak about it and you wouldn't buy it, and it wouldn't matter. But certain games are not like that. Certain games, console exclusive games like DC or Marvel, you have people that aren't going to get it that keep talking. And I say that as a negative, or I make it sound negative, but I actually like don't really mind it. Like I understand it because I get why people don't like it. And I get even the arguments of like, well, don't you want people to speak up so that we don't get these games anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Like I think there's some validity, in doing that. So like I get it. I understand it. I think where I draw the line, where I've always drawn the line, is just don't insult the people that are getting it, right? I would say that even for like Hogwarts Legacy. In fact, we did say that for Hogwarts Legacy. If you weren't gonna get it, were there things to criticize about it? Absolutely. Did you have to attack the people that did get it? No. That's where my line was drawn, and that's where Hogwarts Legacy, the people failed. The attackers, because that's all they did. It was literally, it was just J.K. Rowling's fault, or it was the studio's fault, or then it was on us, right? That we're all evil people. And like I don't know why you had to do that. You could have just said, hey, I don't like this game. I don't want to get this game. And you could have been loud. You could go to any video on YouTube and leave that as a comment. Hey, I'm not into this game. I don't want this game. That's fine. But I think where people always step over the line is saying, oh, you bought it? Oh, you're scum. Well, Hogwarts Legacy was you're scum. Suicide Squad's more like you're an idiot. That honestly, that's what I've seen. And I mean, I think I actually know better than most people because of, what I do here and what I see. These two games kind of being a specialty, of mine. Hogwarts Legacy was a lot of name calling, evil name calling, the B word and a lot of other things, right? Like you're this or you're that, you're evil for buying the game. Suicide Squad is, are you an idiot? Like why are you, supporting that trash? Like it's more it's aggressive, but a different kind of aggressive. Does that make sense? So that's honestly what I have seen recently for Suicide Squad. That's just where I draw the line. I don't know why you have to go after, you know what I mean? I've learned that even for like shows and movies. Like I think a lot of the Marvel stuff that's come out has been garbage, and I'm not watching it. I won't watch it. I'm not gonna like go after people's for their taste. It's not up to me. I don't care what people do in their free time. If they want to watch Echo, I hear it's terrible, but I don't care. If you what are you hurting by watching it? Against me, you're not hurting me. So I think I've really realized that the most through movies and shows, and then I've kind of carried that because I don't talk about them. So I kind of carried it over to games. Um, I wish it wasn't like a numbers thing, just picking cool looking. Yeah, I wish it was more about, and that's in some games back in the day. Now some games like RPGs, right? There'll always be like numbers attached to it, but I don't know. Like I like simple things, I like picking things based off the look. I like things like well, didn't even Gotham Knights have what was it? The transmog? Is that what it was called? Where you could carry over the stats, right? So it didn't really matter. It mattered the stats, but it was more about the look, of the item. Um, Also, where is Flight Sim? I thought it would be a March release, but we haven't heard from Asobo on anything. Oh, yeah. I think I thought about them a few days ago for something else, and I forgot about Flight Sim. I don't know. That's a good question. Bring it up to Microsoft. Microsoft's a little busy, right now. Not to take too many digs at them. They're a little busy right now, doing other things, I guess. Glad you love the Yakuza games now, by the way. I haven't tried 7 or Infinite Wealth yet due to the turn-based gameplay, but I do want to see the story since it's praised so much, I've heard. Yes. I mean, honestly, I think it's one. I got to be real. Like, having these channels, well, obviously I love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do so many videos across so many channels. I really like entering new, and I don't like bandwagon. People have called me that, like a few people. I tend to make it a bigger deal than it is. Some people, have accused me. And I'm really not. If I get into something, it's just how my brain is wired. Like, I'm a messed up, individual. If I get into something, I get into it. And even if I'm late to the party, I really try to immerse myself. So I'm really happy I got into like a Dragon or Yakuza, because I think those games are amazing. And it's just been cool to see people and talk to people, about certain things and certain characters that I was never able to do in the past, right? Like, you could bring it up and I would say, oh, I don't know. Now, I'm fully in. I can have all these discussions. So I think that's really cool. At least on social, that's actually a positive of social media, is you enter like a new circle and then suddenly you're kind of part of like an existing group, and you just kind of, you bounce off how much you like it. I'm honestly trying to do that with Final Fantasy VII. I think I played Remake again a second time. I beat it, played Intergrade, all that. This time I actually went back and I watched Final Fantasy VII, the original. I watched Story Explains. I looked at lore and stuff. So I'm caught up on pretty, I'm not, I don't know everything. I'm not a thesaurus, but I know a lot now about Final Fantasy VII. And that feels good because I'm ready to make videos and talk about Rebirth and really get into it. And again, I was never really able to do that either. You know what I mean? I couldn't have Kingdom Hearts discussions with Final Fantasy or with Yakuza. Now I can. So I love that. Okay, let's we're gonna oh man, I'm gonna read the article. I still have the article next to me, but now I'm getting caught up in the comments. We'll finish the comments. Once there's kind of a break in the comments, I'm gonna pull up this article. It's right over there. Right. Why is my green screen doing this? I don't understand. The green screen is behind me. I move it like this. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna get a new one. It's literally like a circle. I mean, obviously you can't see it. It's literally like a big circle green screen. And I really like it. My parents gave it to me for Christmas one year. Obviously, I use it a lot. I'm going to get a different green screen one day, one that drops down, like you pull it like a thing at school. I'm going to do that eventually. Maybe this Christmas. I hope to be honest with you. Well, again, two things with this. I did request a code and it's looking pretty okay. So I might get it early. And if I don't get it early, I do want it. I think even for collection wise, I think it would be cool to have. But it's not going to be right away. This is definitely a game. I got to get better with games. And I did this last year, even with RoboCop and Star Ocean, Second Story R and stuff. I got to get better with games that are just not in a great release schedule that I do want, but I know I can't play. You know what I mean? If I know I can't play these games, why would I get, I have to stop getting them at launch, right? I'm wasting my own money. Because realistically, when will I play Tomb Raider? Probably in 2 to 3 months. And can I get the game for $10, $15 cheaper in 2 to 3? I sure can. Can I get RoboCop cheaper now than when at launch? I sure can. And I know I couldn't have played it back then. You know what I mean? That's on me. I mean, that's a me problem, and I've been terrible really my whole life, my entire life of gaming. I've been terrible at that. The last year, maybe 1 year, I've gotten a little bit better. So there's a look inside my life. I'm also insanely hyped for Suicide Squad. Story, gameplay, and characters look good. The other stuff, I'm on the same side as you, Alex. It's sad how cruel people are to people wanting to play it. Yes. Yes. Yep. It's just not necessary. you know, people play also. I will, are there some franchises I hold grudges maybe against their fans? I don't know why people support the Madden games. That some sports games, I will say I don't get it. And if I were to like attack the intellect, am I saying it right? If I were to attack how smart some of these people are, I would only go after like a select few franchises. And Madden comes to mind because of just it's the same game. And it really is. And they make so much money off microtransactions. And I think the fans deserve better. So it's like if everybody just like revolted against Madden, you might get a really good one year. So there's only a few franchises I would like go after the actual people that play. But you know what? Even Madden, I get it. There are some people in life, maybe they're like 40 years old, maybe they're 20 years old, maybe they're 65 years old. Maybe they literally only get Madden and like 3 other games a year. And that's just their thing. Again, who are they hurting? They're not really hurting us. You could argue that if there's enough of them, they could be hurting the gamers, like of the gaming industry. They'd be hurting the gamers because they're supporting terrible products that kind of just rotate. So in a way, maybe they're hurting people, but generally they're not. You know what I mean? They're not doing it for that reason. So even something like that, one of the only fan bases I would go after, I still kind of get it. I still, maybe it's a guilty pleasure, whatever it might be. So, have you played Pal World? I have. So, I talked about the controversies and like the AI, all that jazz. I talked about that on this channel. It's like a 20-minute video 2 days ago. My wife has actually played it a lot. I don't know an exact hour amount. I would like to say 25 plus hours, whereas I've played it 1 hour. So my wife actually reviewed the game on Podcast Now Plus, my second channel, Podcast Now, and then not the plus sign, PLUS. She did it last night. So there's a review of Pal World on that channel if you want to check it out. Whichever Yakuza game was the detective one is Judgment. I think Judgment and Lost Judgment. Those are the only two I haven't played. Judgment, Lost Judgment, Ishin, the remake, and Dead Souls. I haven't played those 4. So my plan is I will stream it next Friday. You guys get the exclusive scoop. I was going to announce it later. My plan is I'll stream it one time, and we'll see how it does. Normally, when I live stream games, it doesn't do very well. And I like doing it. I think people do enjoy it. And I think we have a fun time. But I got to think about the channels too sometimes. And normally they don't do well. So I will live stream Suicide Squad next Friday, same time as what I just did today. And so, yes, you guys will get your wish. I'll play it once. If it does super well, if a lot of people watch, I will do it more than once. If it does bad, I'll only do it once. Okay? That's the deal I'll make you. I'm not, we're not going to, there won't be, what's the word? A goal. I'm not going to have goals, at the bottom or something that we need, 500 people. But if it does well in my mind, then I'll do it more often. I'll play it a few times, maybe the week after. If it doesn't do well, you'll just see me do it once. But I'm going to have loads of videos, on it too. The Hogwarts Legacy news was they formally announced the whole PlayStation exclusivity part of the Haunted Hogsmeade thing that's expiring. So that's coming to other consoles or other platforms, I should say, use PC. And that new features and updates are coming to the game this summer, which is removed from that. So you have the exclusivity stuff ending, so everybody gets it. And then you also have new stuff. Now, new updates and features. I don't think of that as DLC. I don't think that's going to be the biggest thing on planet Earth. I think it's still cool, and I'm excited for it. But I want to check my own expectations that I really am not expecting much. I'm not expecting a lot because I just don't know what they would do. And especially the way they worded it. They didn't say DLC. Updates and features. It could be It could be something very small, or I guess it could be DLC. It really could. So there you go. I haven't been here since the days leading up to Hogwarts. Oh, I haven't been here since the days leading up to Hogwarts Legacy's release. Hello, Alex. Hope you're well. Hello. It took me a little while, my slow brain, to figure out what you meant there. But thank you. Thank you for being here then. Yeah. It's been a while, huh? I've still chugged along, and hopefully we can talk about Quidditch Champions this year. That's one Wizarding World game I want to do. And then we got a while to wait for Hogwarts Legacy 2. I got to be real. But even the summer, with updates and features, whatever comes to Hogwarts Legacy new, I will, we'll talk about it. We'll make videos and stuff. So we'll talk about that. Obviously, Hogwarts Legacy 2, I'll be doing plenty of stuff on, and hopefully other Wizarding World games as well. So there's that too. Okay. I did get Yakuza 8. Played it last night. So good. So freaking good. You've been playing Hogwarts? Nice. You know what I wanted to do? My plan. So here's my plan. Next week, I want to do Suicide Squad on the channel. The week after, the Friday, is one day before the 1-year anniversary of Hogwarts. So I'll tell you this now, and I'll say it again next week. But my plan is I want to play live Hogwarts Legacy as like an event. So in 2 weeks, we'll be playing and we'll just talk about it for like a year later. Then the day it does turn 1, which is that Saturday, there'll be a video. I'll do a essay-like video on that, okay? Let's see. Games like Madden works and still Monopoly. No, they're AAA NFL games are made besides EA, but yeah, it's insane. Yes, that's true. That's true. You don't. That's a good point. That's a good point. You're stuck. You know what I mean? It's either you get Madden or you don't get it, but there's nothing to kind of fill that void. For a lot of other games, you would have that option. You would. So that's a good point. Yeah, Angry, I watch him still quite a lot. I used to watch him more, and I've kind of dropped off a little bit, but his rants, still some of his rants are, excellent. So I love watching his Madden reviews. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I think she was a little nervous, as she always is. Downwell, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Hey, we were just talking about it. I know I had to get on. Look, as soon as I'm done, I got a few videos, every day. Got to do some videos. I have a few videos planned, written in this book here. Oh, you can't see. Wait, why can't you see it? It's black. Oh, no. Oh, you know what? Because of the stupid camera. Oh, let me fix this gosh darn thing. Hold on, before something breaks. I got a lot of ideas written in that book. It's a very important book. But once I'm done with that, I don't know why this also is not showing up here. It works on OBS. It doesn't work on StreamYard for some reason. Anyway, tonight I will be playing infinite hours. I honestly hope to play the game at least 4 to 5 hours tonight. Played it 2 hours yesterday. So we'll get to the 10-hour mark very soon. I got a lot of video ideas starting today. That'll be out in Infinite Wealth. So look forward to that. But yeah, I was thinking of I don't know. I don't think an Infinite Wealth stream would do well, but I did actually consider it. I'll be real. I did consider it. I'll be there for the stream. Let's go. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I know a lot of you asked. There's some people that asked. There's some people that I can't remember their names, but I could probably pick it out of like an avatar if they were here. There were a few people that have asked me to do Suicide Squad. So hopefully people show up. But it's okay if you don't. What do you think about? I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's necessary. The battle pass thing, expiring versus not inspiring, expiring, not inspiring. Sway, who has been on the channel, if you know who he is, he told me about Halo Infinite system of that they also don't do it, right? So you could like pick up battle passes. And now again, I don't really play those games, so I took his word for it, and he's right, but I didn't know what he meant, right? So he told me that, and then for a video on my third channel, Podcast Now Back to the Past, I played Halo Infinite for that channel, and I looked at it, and it's really cool, like how Halo Infinite does it. So I kind of saw firsthand what it's like. Battle Pass is not expiring, and you can kind of go back to these seasons. And ever since he told me that, and ever since I saw it with my own two eyes in Halo, I thought, okay, every game should have that. There's really no excuse. Every game should have that. So Suicide Squad having that, they don't expire. You can go back. You can come back a year from now and go through it. I think that's a great. Again, no, I'm not really into that kind of stuff, and I might not even. I think I will play it, but it's not like a 100% guarantee. But I think that's a really like positive sign, and for the kind of game that it is, I think it needed to do that, and it did, right? Ooh, cut content. Ooh, like a little Last of Us situation. That would be fun. That would actually be pretty cool. That's a good idea or a good theory, whatever you want to call it. If they're having these updates in the summer, I'd say there could be deals. Yeah, that's the thing though. Well, again, that's really what I'm kind of confused on, right? Because it's like they said, I think if it was DLC, they would have said it. Yet again, like it's an odd time to announce it. You know what I mean? It's like an odd situation. I don't actually really know why they did it because yes, they announced the exclusivity, the exclusive stuff's ending, and so I guess I get why they put out a tweet. But then why they had to talk about new stuff in the same tweet? Again, I think it makes more sense if it's small, if it's a smaller end stuff. So yes, I can't. I was literally about to talk. I can't talk about people were able to play Quidditch Champions. We'll just say that, and I got a lot to say about Quidditch Champions, and I just want to freaking play it. Well, I want to talk about it. I'll say that. Yeah, yeah. My goal is to do a stream. I think I've been, when I set out to do something, I at least try, right? I wanted to make these streams interesting and a little different from each other. I wanted to get back to streaming once a week. I stopped for a while, and I think I've done it for like a good solid 2-3 months every Friday. So maybe not 3 months, maybe 2 months, but yeah, that's my plan. I want to do, this. I want to have like kind of these Q&A, like where we just kind of talk about anything videos. I like these a lot, so I definitely want to do one of these maybe a month or so. I want to talk about Scream every month, at least once a month, and then, maybe different kinds of games. So that's the plan. Next week, Suicide Squad. Week after, Hogwarts. Week after, maybe like a Scream stream, and then go from there. I wouldn't be against a Final Fantasy one if I knew it would do okay. I feel like if I did a live stream on Final Fantasy Rebirth, either before the game comes out or even the day it comes out or the day after, I feel like it would either be shockingly good, shockingly successful, or it would be next to nobody cares. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Like either one's fine. I don't really care. But well, I do care in the sense that I don't want to, if there's nobody that's going to be interested, that's fine. But then I just wouldn't do it, right? So it's kind of hard to plan it. Okay, I think I want to show this article because I promised I would. So let's do that. Let's look at. I want to look at the article that Taladia Plays sent me, and it's on the future of Warner Bros. I can't do two things at once, so that's why I'm stuttering. So let's look at this. Inside WB Games' big live services push and doubling down on DC, Game of Thrones, and more franchises from Jennifer Moss. Zaslav's most critical mission is leading WB Discovery through the streaming wars, but he also sees a rich opportunity for the company to capture a bigger chunk of territory in games. The WB Discovery chief, who can't go one earnings call without boasting about the power of the company's rich trove of IP, used his Q3 address as a chance to announce plans to level up the video game division, which he says has constantly enjoyed amongst the highest ROIs of any of our businesses. That is true, and that's been true for a while. This is where Zaslav's love of franchises meets his plans for domination of the nearly $200 billion gaming industry, while smaller than some of the leading pure-playing game companies, namely EA, Nintendo, Ubisoft, Take-Two, as well as publishing competitors Sony, Microsoft. WB Games has managed comparable operating margins and is punching above their weight. I don't like this underdog thing, okay? I'm just going to insert myself real fast. I don't like an underdog story. in the way that they don't have to be an underdog. In fact, they're not an underdog. So, okay. Punching above their weight thanks to 4 IPs the company values at $1 billion apiece in the gaming world. Gaming world. Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, DC, and Mortal Kombat. Oh, that's interesting. A very consistent message coming from the executive layer of WB Discovery is the importance of franchises. David Haddad, president of WB Interactive, tells Variety there's a unique and important role games have in keeping our franchises relevant, resonant, and exciting because there's plenty of fans and plenty of people consuming content where games are their starting point. The 2 franchises the WB profited from the most in 2023, Mortal Kombat with one, which sold 3 million copies since its September release, and Harry Potter with Hogwarts Legacy, which has now crossed 24 million. Well, I got another million. Best-selling game of 2023. Those impressive sales figures caught the eye of Zaslav and CFO Gunnar. I'm not going to try to say the last name, who are focused on reducing WB Discovery's massive post-merger debt, enough to signal to the industry that the gaming division is the company's new darling and its path to profitability. I've doubled and triple checked some of the metrics here because it's such a great investment opportunity. He's stunned, adding he's stunned that we haven't been investing more into this opportunity. We'll start tackling that. Okay, let's try to find this live service part. Tells Variety the key to topping those numbers is figuring out ways to make prize IPs more than just one great hit every 2 or 3 years. That's exciting. That's something they need to do. We want it to be always on. Oh, great. And the good news is the gaming space is leading itself to. I don't like this. The executive is referring to the success big franchises have also seen recently, offering not just splashy console and PC video games, but also live services, mobile, and free-to-play titles, all within the same IP universe. He says that the combination is what he's looking to build out for each of Warner Bros. Most valued franchises, but warns gaming titles are on a long cycle, and the plan can't be delivered on in 2024. Oh boy. So mobile games like Game of Thrones Conquest, which checks that always on box. I want to skip ahead. When it comes to expanding the DC focused gaming offering, they'll be looking to James Gunn, who have announced plans to incorporate video games into their revamped canon moving forward. Frankly, there hasn't been as close a relationship between the studio and game business as there should have been. Oh, no. I don't actually like this article. I don't like what I'm reading right now. Frankly, there hasn't been as close a relationship between the studio and games business as there should have been. And James is actually a gamer. I'd love to know what games he plays. So having someone who's passionate about it is super helpful. He also says, adding that WB Games is actively working with them on their core franchises within the DC universe. However, the plan isn't to be religious about what they're creating. While they're working on a Superman movie title, we're not going to launch a Superman game purely because we feel obligated. But to do something that makes sense for gaming strategy and for fans. So that's good. You can get the movie without a Superman game at all. So we still don't get a game. Okay, what else? The analysts estimate that the share of theatrical box offices from video game IP will double by 2025. Also, is it like making it into movies? If you look at those companies that have large streaming platforms, they're dealing with 3+% month churn on their subscribers. Live games, the ones the gaming industry is now talking about, have a very, very small churn rate as compared to streaming. So you're seeing more and more of streaming players saying, why don't we add games as part of my entertainment offering? Games have a lower churn rate. I'm not a big fan. Okay, Max. Let's see. There's Quidditch. Currently in beta testing. Suicide Squad, Multiverses, Wonder Woman. So this is the big article that I think we talked about. Even though it came out, didn't it say it came out today? Which I think has to be wrong. What day did this come out? January 26th, which is today. I swear a lot of this stuff, well, not a lot, but I mean, that last part that we just read, I'm fairly confident that I've talked about that exact wording of it. I'll be honest, as I've always been, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of I just don't want them. I just don't want them to have to make every game live service, which I fear they are heavily considering. And I also don't love that it sounded there that they're gonna really have to talk to like the business end of things. Like, do they have to go? Like, is James Gunn more important to get a game pitched than what they had to do previously? Like, because the way they worded that was kind of weird. I just want them to make good games. I want them to make games that they want to make. I think there's a lot of studio meddling in general in the gaming industry, and so yeah, maybe we should not do that. Okay, well that was fun. We'll see. I might do a video specifically on that. All the people hating on Suicide Squad is insane. This game at launch is greater than Destiny. I'm a math. I love math. So, Destiny 2, after 8 freaking years, yet Rocksteady is accused of doing the bare minimum. Yeah, I think again, I think people are just not happy with the change. And some of that has resulted into lies. You know what I mean? There are legitimate lies of like, well, they're gonna charge for everything. That's a lie. That's not actually true. Now, could they walk things back? Could Rocksteady maybe not do well with this game and they have to charge for things that they weren't going to charge for? Yeah, they could. And that would look really bad. And the people that have been so, aggressively negative, they'd actually be right. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting path forward for sure. But I do think because of people not being comfortable, with what's happened, I think you've had people start to make stuff up, basically. You know what I mean? Which is the internet. Who am I gonna play? So who did I like? Deadshot. I think I like the most. I actually liked Boomerang quite a bit too. I liked Harley to an extent, but her movement I think is easily the worst of the four of them. Hers was the only movement that I didn't like at all. Well, not at all. There was some potential there, and I think if you can get the momentum with her swings right, I think it could be fun. But she was my least favorite to move around with, and because you're always moving in this game, which is odd. I think I like her character the most, right? I think she's a good character and nicely acted and all that stuff. So probably Deadshot. Probably Deadshot. No FOMO Battle Pass. Yep. It's a little odd that we have to call it that, and I think a lot of people call it that, but that is true. I know. I'm sure there'd be some. You know what? Let's see an ad. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I could do 2 streams one day. Maybe I could stream Infinite Wealth on Podcast Now Plus. We'll see. We'll see if I can swing something. But I appreciate that. And again, that's why I try to watch my words because I don't want to come off as like ungrateful or like, look, if 10 people watch a stream, that's still 10 lives. You know what I mean? That's still impressive in the sense that there's 10 people that want to watch you. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it as any like look down to people that, do that kind of stuff or whatever. That's why I'm trying to choose my words wisely. It's just, I don't know. You reach a certain point. I hope that I get certain numbers on certain things. You know what I mean? This is a business kind of thing. So I'm sure there's definitely legitimate people that would watch Infinite Wealth. I just don't think it would be too many. You got to choose your battles wisely. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. There we go. Boomer main. I'm sure we'd be able to find a squad. I'd probably pick up Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League in a few years once all the updates are. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad thing. A complete edition. Alex says your favorite Yakuza good. No, it hasn't. It's still 0. It's still 0. It's still 0. Kiwami 1 is probably my second favorite. If I had to rate them. One day I want to play all of them and I will rank them because I have 3. I think is my least favorite, which to a lot of people is actually one of their favorites that I've seen on like tier makers. I don't get it, but I think it'd be 0, Kiwami 1, maybe even Kiwami 2, then maybe Like a Dragon, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, something in that range. I think is how I would rate them. I have to put some thought into it. Do you think Insomniac will give any? Yeah, by the end of the month. No, I don't. Not by the end of the month. I think. Well, you know what? Depends when do you think the state of play is, right? Because if the state of play, say, is next Wednesday, that's the 31st. So I think when if PlayStation has a state of play, that's where you would get stuff for it. So if that's the 31st, if it's February 1st, if it's the week after, it would be like the 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere in that range. That's where I think it would probably be. Suicide Squad. Well, thank you again for the super chat. Yeah, oh yeah, that's actually a good point. So my plan with playing it with people is I want to do it like 100%. We will do it. Most of it will be on like personal time. So like if I'm playing it at night and stuff, if there's people online, I'll just invite people. That's kind of my early plan for it. But you know what? Yeah, maybe next Friday we could do if you guys want to play with me while I'm live streaming. And again, if it does well enough, maybe we can do it even like the week after, and we can do it specifically. Hey, we're all going to play together. Come to the stream with the expectation of you'll be in. We'll just rotate people in and out. I'd love to do. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. I would, and I'll tell you right now, Suicide Squad, I'll do that. Helldivers, I'd be up for. If anybody's getting Helldivers too, I would absolutely do the same thing. I would play with people with Helldivers. Skull and Bones, same thing as well. Those three, Final Fantasy, no. Infinite Wealth, no. I didn't get Tekken, so so yeah, I think Suicide Squad, Helldivers, Skull and Bones. If there's anybody that's playing it, my name is just Podcast Now. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. You'll see the channel logo. You can find me pretty easily. So friend me. I have a personal account. Some people actually did friend me on the personal account. I do not accept those. I try to keep that kind of quiet and kind of smaller. I don't even know how people found it, but yeah, you can friend me on Podcast Now, just across the board, and then don't like spam me with invites. That's like my one thing. Please don't. But I would invite you. I'll invite you. Okay, you don't invite me, or don't like at least don't spam me. Don't spam. If you want to invite me, you can. I don't really care. I think we probably get a showcase in early February. I don't think they let it go to March. I don't know what happened with it. People have convinced me that the Tomb Raider announcement was just for the remastered games. I really don't believe that. I'm pretty sure it was for the base game, like the big one. So I don't really know what's going on with the next big one. I don't actually get it. Yeah, it's actually kind of sad what they've done with Majima in the last little while. I love him. I think he's still really. I smile whenever he shows up in these games. He's almost like a glorified cameo, and he's always cool. He always has some cool scenes. I am always really happy to see him, but he has not had the proper love since 5. 5 had obviously his death, the central kind of thing. But 6, 7, and now 8, he's just not in it enough. So yeah, I kind of want them to bring him back in a bigger way. So. But 0 is the best one. It's not even close. As a creator wanting to do reviews, how do you go about getting review copies or codes from devs the right way? I try to find like a contact email for them. Contact email, or you try to find like if it's like a contracting code site or something, you apply there. Or if it's people that are like, sometimes they'll reach out to me. Gotta be real. It's happened a few times. They'll reach out to me. But most times, I would do like some sort of press email is what I try to like find. That's what I do. And I don't know how they choose. I've seen people smaller than me, and like, look, the views I get, I don't get 77,000 views on all my videos, right? It's a bit more like diverse. Some videos do better than others. I have seen people smaller than me in subscribers and viewership get games that I have also asked for, and I don't understand. I don't get it. I get a little upset. I don't let it like consume my life. I eventually just get the game, and then I start playing the game. But I really don't get how it works. I wish there was a criteria that I knew if I failed or if I passed, right? Like that's all I really want. So yeah, I get a little jealous if somebody smaller in every way gets something that I asked them for, but I have a pretty short memory, I think, because of all the videos I make and all the games I cover. So I'll get mad for like a day, and then I kind of let it go, and then I'll play the game, and then I'll make videos on it, and I don't really care, after that. So that's how I kind of operate there. In Suicide Squad, if you're playing alone, how do you switch between the characters in the mission or like Avengers? I don't remember how you. I think it's pretty easy. You could do it in the tech test. No, you couldn't. Do you have to do it before the mission? Pretty sure it's easy. Can't answer that directly because I just don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy. Pretty sure it's pretty easy. Say that 10 times fast. Okay. We're gonna go for about 10 or so more minutes. Okay, we will play it. I think you've been around forever, Cameron. So I'm sure. I think we're definitely friends on Xbox, right? So yeah, we'll do it. If Suicide Squad is cross play, cross everything. So I like that a lot. Helldivers is only PlayStation. It's not Xbox, but it's PlayStation and PC. So that should be fun. Skull and Bones, is that also cross play? Maybe. So hopefully, I'd love to play Skull and Bones, with a few people. I think that'd be kind of wild. I just want that freaking game to come out. Let's play some Skull and Bones. Oh man, Pal World will have crossovers from other similar titles of Foam Stars. Maybe. You got to be careful with those mods, though. Yeah, see, that's what I thought it was. Maybe just for the remaster. But there is a new Tomb Raider coming. Like the next Tomb Raider game that's coming. So, prediction for PS a showcase? A showcase, that's a pretty good prediction. But it would be a state of play. Would be the next one. So, I'm late, but does these comments from Discovery make you feel weird? Yeah, I don't like how they talked about Superman. You know what I mean? They kind of told people in that article, they said, hey, just because we have a movie doesn't mean we're going to have a Superman game, you morons. Stop asking for it. So I don't really like how they talked about it in that article, but I do absolutely think we're getting a Superman game. I think that the article withstanding, I don't think it really matters. So, yeah. For how popular he is, Majima has been sidelined. But when he's on screen, it makes things better. And yes, Zero is untouched, but Man Who Erased His Name. Yeah. Oh, I didn't rank Man Who Erased His Name. It got me very close to crying. I'll be very genuine. It got me I got like choked up. Like I couldn't talk. I was like, and I don't know. I don't think there was any water in my eyes. I really don't. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to make me cry. But I got close. I definitely got close. And I don't know what happens in Infinite Wealth. But we'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll cry. Yeah, I hope it wasn't for the remaster. Sway, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? Good to see you, everybody. He's dropped oh my god, he's dropped a few threads over the last week or so. So if you guys haven't seen his Twitter, go follow Sway. He'll be on. I don't know exactly when because we gotta do these like gaming live streams upcoming. But Sway will definitely be back. Maybe like the next time we do something like this, like a Q&A kind of thing, we'll have him on. But yeah. Oh, you just added me. Oh, I guess we haven't been. I swear. How have we not been friends on Xbox? You've been on the channel since Hogwarts Legacy, right? So maybe a few years, 2-3 years. I can't believe you've never friended me, or I've never friended you. The Bills. Oh my God, the Bills. What they need to get slightly younger. I guess not offensively. Like their lines need to get slightly younger, and they need to throw the ball more. Don't get me started about the freaking Bills. I'm wearing a red shirt, but I have a Bills shirt, Buffalo Bills, that's in red. So I saw it. This shirt was underneath that Bills shirt, and I was considering wearing it, but I think I gotta wear like the gaming ones. I have a Sly Cooper shirt. I have a Twisted Metal shirt. I have 2 Crash Bandicoot shirts. The Sly one's my favorite for obvious reasons. I have a Twisted Metal one. Did I already say that? So I gotta start wearing like shirts, like cool shirts on these live streams. There are people who even get it without much effort, like you said. Like yeah. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I think what I honestly believe is, and I maybe one day I'll test this. I think if you make a channel, you make a small channel. Well, okay, that's subjective. If you make a YouTube channel and you just cover one thing. So say I make a YouTube channel and I set it out to just cover. Okay, you could even do like something even like GTA. Obviously, GTA is pretty like oversaturated, but uh, okay, a game like in 2025. What was the game like coming out? I'm literally drawing like a blank. Say I made a channel that was just BioShock, only BioShock, and I made like 150 videos and it was just BioShock. I had like 5,000 subscribers, and the next BioShock game came out. I think I'd have a better chance of getting it through that channel than myself right now. That's honestly how because I think they value people that are into just the one thing, so they kind of search. If you make a channel just for Final Fantasy VII and you do it for the next game, not Rebirth, but like the third game, right? And you make videos for the next 3 years just on Final Fantasy, you're gonna get that next game. You might even get invited. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing. You know that's just who they kind of go after. Fans, like genuine. I think some of them are kind of liars. Like they overhype or they are not genuine with their love. But I think most of them are. I just think there's some bad eggs. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get. But again, one more time in case I think all of you guys understand. But in case there's like a moron, that watches this later that wants to spin it away. I care for like a day. I won't say I don't care at all. I definitely care and get a little upset. Maybe make a tweet about it or something, and then I kind of drop it. After that. So, yes. And so, and Taladia plays, as you guys know, he was on the stream last week. Sway was on the stream last week. King Greek was on the stream last week. All great people. Firstly, I think they're. I've made that I've said that before. With the channel, I want like good people that I like, and people I think are like genuinely good on the channel. So I think they're all just really nice people, and then they make good content too. Oh, I don't know if it's delayed because it could still come out by the end of this month. I hope so. At the end of this year, so I don't really think it's delayed. Tell Christy I will. Thank you. I'll be honest. I don't think she looked at the video. I don't think she saw any of the comments on the video. I think she stayed completely out of it. So I will tell her that though. Gotham Knights. Yes. You're right. But how did we not play Gotham Knights together? I play Gotham Knights with a few people. Dang it. Well, there you go. 2018. Yeah, you've been around. I'm old. I'm getting older. I'm not that old. I'm only 27. But the channel has been around a long time. So, it's cool to see people say, and even now, if you tell me you've been here since 2020, that's actually been 4 years. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound that far away, 2020, but it's actually almost half a decade. You know what I mean? Like we're getting up there in age. The channel is. Oh shoot, I always forget. March 7th, 8th, or 9th. Somewhere in that range. March 7th, March 8th, March 9th. One of those days is the 9-year birthday of Podcast Now. So the next year, 2025, will be the 10-year birthday. Around that time. I think it's, oh man, I want to say it's the 8th, but it could be the 9th. So maybe next year, and maybe even this year, maybe we'll do like a 9-year birthday, 10-year birthday. That'd be cool. You guys have to let me know. What would you like to see, for a 9 or 10-year birthday? What's up, Alex? Just joined. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. You didn't answer my second question. Oh, sorry. Let me find it. Oh, wait, this? A Superman game? I answered that one. Did you ask me another one? Blazing Flame. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So you think we will? Yes, I do think we'll get a Superman game. And yeah, my prediction is it's WB Montreal. My prediction is it's WB Montreal. I don't know that for sure. Could definitely be wrong, but I think it's them. When would it be announced? I think they could do it as early as this year. I think knowing Wonder Woman is coming and seeing more of it, and then telling us what the next DC game is in 2024, I think that makes a lot of sense. So yes, there you go. Sorry about that, buddy. I am excited. I am excited. Are you? Do you think the games industry is heading in a good? Oh man, that's a loaded question. I think games are cool. Okay, games, because of how many there are and how there's so many different kinds. I think can only experience like a down year or a crash in video games can only be so bad. It's never going to be the worst thing on planet Earth. Does that make sense? So I don't know if I don't think we are necessarily headed in the right direction. I think the AI stuff is very messy, and I think AI working with people to make making games easier is the future. And I actually think it should be the future. I'll be honest, like if AI is inevitable, I think using it with people to make games easier is for the best. Is that how it'll go? Probably not. At least to start. I think to start, it'll be these companies saying, well, we'll just use AI, we'll fire all the people, and we'll just try to use AI. Then they'll realize, well, no, we kind of need a balance, and then they'll figure it out. So is that going in the right way? I think eventually it will, but I don't think it maybe is right now. So no. Live service, still kind of an issue, but honestly, think it's getting better. So maybe that's okay. Layoffs are very, very bad, and it's only getting worse. That's going to continue to get worse. Ballooning budgets, that's only going to get worse. I think you still got a few more years of companies not knowing how to spend money properly before they eventually figure it out. So in the short term, are we going the right way? Probably not. Probably more negative than positive. Maybe 5-6 years from now would be going the right way. Yeah. So I think we're in a down. Much like much like the world is honestly in a down the last several years. I think a lot of things have been in the down. So yeah, it was a missed opportunity. We'll definitely. I will. I will make time. We will definitely play Suicide Squad together, buddy. I see, by the way, this is not a shot at anybody individually, but I noticed I didn't see anybody talking about Helldivers or Skull and Bones. I guess there's nobody that cares. No, Helldivers did. I did the video talking about Helldivers too. I think there's genuine interest for Helldivers. I think it's a very like niche community. And then Skull and Bones, I have just no idea what's going on with that community or game. Do you think Rocksteady will go back to single player? God, I hope so. Well, Rocksteady? Oh man. Oh, okay. Hot take? No. Hot take. I think Rocksteady will not make, at least in the next while, will not make just a single player game. I think Suicide Squad is more of the future of that studio than single player. Yep, that's what I think. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing, but it could be. I didn't know you were a Bills fan. You never came. Yeah. Well, I'm from Niagara Falls. I was born in Niagara Falls, so Buffalo, right there. So Bills, I got into late. I didn't start watching football and Buffalo until I was maybe 16, 17. I started watching hockey when I was 12. And so I watched the Buffaloes. I still watch the Sabres, even though they're terrible every year. And they got better, but now they're kind of worse again. So I'm a huge hockey guy. If I could have it back, I would play hockey. I would learn to skate, and I would play hockey at a very young age. I did martial arts, black belt, and all that stuff. Martial arts was like my thing for like 20 years. So if I had it back, I'd like to try to do both things. I'm not mad at martial arts at all, and I still do it. I kind of train myself, but I would want to do hockey. But Bills football, I don't really watch, but I watch. I'll specifically watch Buffalo. And they broke my heart. They literally broke my heart last week. I got to be real. Thank you, man, for being so cool and honest. By the way, what's your thoughts on IGN? And well, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, I got to get off in the next 5 minutes. So we're going to rapid fire. What do I think about IGN with it? I think it's a Suicide Squad. I think they were trying to say something that they didn't actually say. I kind of get what they were saying with the Flash boss fight, but they worded it terribly. I also think generally they're very not good at games, and you shouldn't take them seriously. That's what I think about IGN. Next, when early access comes out for Suicide Squad, are you going to avoid it? Yes. Yeah. I haven't seen any spoilers, to be real. So I remember DC fandom. It was great. I do too. I think DC really has to announce WB next game. Agreed. Yeah, because if Wonder Woman comes out and you don't know anything from DC after, that's not a good thing. Do you think Jeff will go back to his awesome? I think he'll have some bounce backs. Yeah. When do you think the SAG-AFTRA strike for the gaming industry will end, or when do you think they'll officially reach a deal? Oh, did it actually start? I didn't even know I thought they reached a deal. I didn't know it was even in a thing. So hopefully soon. I honestly did not know that. I am gonna stream Suicide Squad next Friday, and I did not play either of those 2 games, but I have them on my Amazon wish list, and I will be getting them at some point this year. But I am gonna stream next week, next Friday, same time. Do you think PS will go back to their normal safe and that one I'm unsure about. I think there's still a good chance the last Ronin game comes out, but TMNT, yeah, I'm kind of worried. I'm actually very worried about that game. Skull and Bones, yeah, I saw that. Saw that. I'm at work, but Helldivers looks amazing as well. Don't worry, you're not alone. Very good. I thought I was. LOL. Very good. I'm glad you got Devil's. Yeah, and you've been around for a while too. I think we have similar gaming tastes. I'm glad. I'm glad we we're in the same circle. You excited to see what game? I am. I'm very excited to see that next game. Very. I think that's going to be a game worth watching. New York Rangers, baby. New York. I love Lundqvist back in the day. Lundqvist and well, really, honestly, I kind of just I like goalies a lot. That's what I would play. I have always been fascinated by goalies in the NHL. So Lundqvist was definitely, I really liked him. But I don't like, I don't like I got to be real. I don't like the Rangers, Truba and all of them. No. But they're very good. To me, Alex, the state of play sounds great for other people, but I hate Death Stranding. Whoa. I get it. Death Stranding is not for everybody. Death Stranding is not for everybody. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Ed Boon teased they're making Injustice 3. Did they really? Did he really? I would imagine, well, if you follow the same timeline, maybe 3 years, if you're lucky. Maybe if you're lucky, 3 years, maybe 4. I didn't see that. I'll have to go looking for that. That's cool. Did he say that? Did he tease that on Twitter? He always is teasing things, though. I believe you, but I'm just wondering. Have a good rest of the day, too, Alec. Thank you, buddy. What score do you think it'll have? Oh, that's a good question. 69 to 71. Somewhere in that range. 69 to 71. That's what I think the Metacritic will be. That's a great question. And I like to predict that. Who do you think will take? I don't know. It's honestly, it's always kind of like a no name. Like you didn't know who Jim Ryan was. He was with them forever, so they knew who he was, but we didn't really know who he was, right? So whoever takes over, we might know their name. Like we might, but most likely we probably wouldn't know who they are. I've been here since Gotham Knights, just different username. And King Henrik was was so damn good. Yeah, I still watch because he's on like TM. What's the thing called? TMT, whatever the broadcast thing. Yeah, he is. He's a good commentator and one of the best goalies ever. Take care, man. Have fun with Suicide Squad and hope it's everything. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Please, PS, be good again. Agreed. You know what? That's a good way of ending it. Make PlayStation great again. You remind me about my grandma. Oh wow. So I come off as like, how old's your grandma? Keep being you. Hope you and your family have it. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And yes, an interview IGN around the time. Oh, okay. Well, honestly, I don't think for a while because I think they would go through their Mortal Kombat DLC phase. So I wouldn't expect it like this year, but maybe you start to hear more hints of it next year and maybe going into the following year. So I wouldn't expect it now, maybe 2025, 2026. All right. We'll end it there. Okay. Appreciate. This was a lot of fun. I always love doing these Q&As. You guys show up. You guys keep me on my toes, ask me all these different franchises. And I say it every time, but I do genuinely really like it. Like, I think this is fun and it does keep me kind of like my brain has to keep working. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all the support. I'm going to go. I'm going to make some videos. And I'm going to play some Infinite Wealth. Okay, that's my plan. And next Friday, we'll be live. We'll do Suicide Squad live. And we'll see how it does. If it does well, we'll do it more. If it doesn't do well, we'll stop. No big deal. And then the week after, we'll do Hogwarts Legacy to celebrate 1 year. Okay, that's the plan. I'm sticking to it. And obviously, videos every day. Go subscribe to my other channels if you haven't. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on Back to the Past. We're at 938. We need 62 people on my Back to the Past channel. So if you haven't subscribed, Podcast Now, Back to the Past. I think it's my best channel that I do quality-wise. So give that a look, okay? Thank you for being here. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Tekken or Infinite Wealth or whatever. And I hope to see you all on the next one.